was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like
forward.
a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have sex
Corrupt
and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
I'm Lucy, and I would like to believe that I'm healing, and I heal through the stories that I tell and the stories that I read in books. I reinterpret, and I'm sensitive to the issues, and particularly around heritage and culture.
My name is Glenn Arendse, and I'm a soundscaper, and I would love to believe that I'm dealing with my own portal in on what things are via the mouth bow, the playing of the mouth bow, the exploration of its context, and through that I think it allows me to say some stuff.
I'm Ron Martin. I'm a museums and heritage practitioner.
My name is Emil. Over hip-hop activist involved in teaching and the eternal student. So I'm here to learn as well.
My name is Marius. I'm a lawyer. I defend and I also restore. I'm focusing on land issues.
I mean, this is Cape Town. We still don't have the Khoi name for this anyway, except for Artscape.
Yeah.
You know, and that is sad. That is the truth. No names named after Khoi or San heroes from this place, and this is their country essentially. You know, historically. And so, and the hegemony happening right now with like the current government putting in names of people that came way after. I mean, like, every city has a Nelson Mandela street. You know,
I take it like this. In terms of my own struggle, or I can't call it a struggle anymore because I'm actually finding it as an exciting journey. Rediscovering my own identity. So much so that I love my culture. I mean, you see, I wear my beads, and it's not because they are pretty. But I don't only wear them for adornment. I mean, it's a symbol of my rediscovered identity, if you want to call it that. And the one weird thing was, many a time I'm on a public platform, especially when you're speaking on the same platform with an academic, and they say, "But you don't look like a Khoi."
Oh yeah.
Then I ask, but what does a Khoi look like?
That makes me sick.
And they'd come with a hair blood nose and whatever. They said, yeah, but look, if you look at it closely, no? Don't worry about the hair, I'm losing it anyway, but look at it closely. I got the nose, I got the lips, I got the cheekbones. You must just look very, very closely. It's the other makeup. Look, I can't help it if a European came and he actually denigrated my blood a little bit because hy het my bloed besmet, man.
If we could have had maybe a day where we could have commemorated the emancipation of slaves in South Africa, and it could have been a public holiday, it could have been a lot more meaningful. So Heritage Day, it's almost a facade now to hide really what happened to us. And now it has also become very commercialized, become National Bride Day. So it's another way of also re-enslaving us or to deceive us.
Look at how, for instance, I think there are many reckless white people currently on social media. They say they are reckless. They racist garbage that they spill out seems that they disjointed from the context within which they were. One would imagine them to be the most humble people in this country. On the contrary, you know what I mean?
I think the whole country is equally as racist, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, not that I'm surfing the internet to find out who's the most racist.
Maybe the first level of this fight,
the human fight,
should be to restore, at least politically, to restore the field of play from a sort of almost like a Steve Biko perspective.
Black consciousness.
No? You had white people and you had non-white people. And they were all black. Now the ANC took over. No? And instead of speaking of all the oppressed people as black people, they're retaining now colors. So all of a sudden, you struggled as a black man, and now in our period of freedom, you find out I'm a colored, according to my black comrades. So my black comrades and my white counterpart I'm the same non-entity to them. And I've not been allowed in the present epoch to name or claim or reclaim myself.
Yeah.
For me, I clearly when I speak to my folks and they tell me, all so-called colored families speak only of the one side of the history, and they don't have a clear understanding of the black side of the history, And but then you have these historians who have a clear understanding that humanity spread from apparently now this cave on the east coast of South Africa to the rest of the world. Seeded everyone else.
Yeah.
So for me, it's sort of a contradiction for everybody to speak of themselves as the separate tribes, because if you look at what they're wearing, like Tswana community and how they dance, is Boesman dance wat hulle doen.
Yes.
The outfit they're wearing, the krale op die voete wat die geraas maak. These are all to make it sound like you are a pure separate group of people is an illusion. And for me, it's like in effect, every human being has this heritage that is of Boesman, and for me, it's the common denominator of all human beings. So this illusion of no, I'm this and that, and to actually give the credit where the credit lies, that we all come from that heritage, and people, no matter where you are, we blonde, blue-eyed, that is your, genetically the heritage that we all come from.
I was in Switzerland about a month ago. And what I realized is that this fight is a global fight. The fight around Aboriginal rights and First Nation is a global thing. And those people, I really admired them because, I met this old woman, her name is Hodgkins. She works for this Aboriginal movement in Australia. And they face the same issues that we face. They face the same issues where their names are missing, where they don't know who they are. They're written out of history. It's the same thing.
The fact that the Khoi and Boesman people were found here by everybody else, right? As soon as we acknowledge it and that acknowledgement is acknowledged by everybody else, then they will sort of know, hey, hang on. They are Khoi and Boesman, right? So the Khoi and Boesman we are first, right? So therefore the Khoi and Boesman are First Nation. It's like for every action there's a reaction. You understand?
So they put law into effect to basically control to control the people from taking back what they stole from the first people.
Yeah,
isn't that what
that is crazy. It's like you come with a gun, you take off my bicycle, and then you ban guns.
Yeah.
No?
You ban what?
You ban guns and you somehow ban claiming back.
So that I can come back to the gun and take my bicycle back.
And that becomes
You never had
the
a
law.
bicycle.
Yeah.
All of a sudden I need to doubt it. Was it my bicycle?
Was it really my bicycle? Yeah. Because if I don't have a gun, I can't take the bicycle back.
Exactly.
What about the reparations? Forgiveness is on the one side, the TRC is on the one side, blah, blah, blah. But what about reparations?
I can actually answer that. It's the lack of status of the indigenous nations that will allow them not to.
It can be ignored.
It can be ignored. If we don't have status, if the Khoi and Boesman nation hasn't got status as First Nations indigenous, then the people who perpetrated colonialism on us don't have to apologize and don't have to make reparation to us. It's as simple as that.
I've come to realize if we don't have lawyers that can be trustworthy and do what's right, then all the restoration that's happening, it's going to be meaningless. Like we have already seen over the last couple of years with restitution not yielding the desired results.
If you look at 1834 on, remember there was an indentured period for another 4 years, 1838. No? Now those years was tenement to slavery in any case. No? But we need to explain this to the children. These are the kind of timelines that must be in our children's books. Because it is going to be through that we are going to create that deeper consciousness of who we really are.
Look, nobody's going to do anything for us. We've got to do it ourselves. As to change that mindset. It's up to us, and it's up to us to do it for our kids. Because we can't just expect to say, listen, it's we've suffered enough under apartheid, especially our generation. We've suffered enough under apartheid. It's now up to the kids to change things. And this is the whole thing about heritage. We're talking about Heritage Day. How are we going to get our kids to take pride in a day like Heritage Day? The symbolism around it.
I think this is important, that we need to show up the trauma, the pain. We need to actually talk about this. and how we have been chipped away as survivors, not as victims.
Whatever your makeup is, that little jigsaw puzzle that makes you you, I mean, that's fantastic. The nice thing is the essence, the whole essence of being Khoi or Bushman today, I think, and this is what makes me speak about it with such a lot of pride, is that it is an identity, and it is a very, very proud identity. It had religion or religiosity, it's a better word to use, because religion sort of points you at those 5 mainstreams. It had culture, lots of cultural practices embedded in the dancing, the storytelling, the cuisine, not bride, the cuisine. And there's then there's the cultural expression, you know, the family hierarchical system, the fact that we were a matriarchal society and quite comfortable with it. And the fact that we had political systems, there was the chiefs, there was the clanheads, there was this type of thing. I mean, you know, nowadays people I think, I mean, look, with the reawakening, obviously there comes the other elements on the landscape. There are chiefs springing up from behind every bush. And not enough Indians here, but I suppose it's something to be it's something to be expected. Look, we're a nation going through flux, and part of this flux is there's going to be positives and there's going to be negatives. That's how we deal with it. That's how we deal with it. But I mean, embracing it with both hands and actually, you know, loving it, warts and all. This is what I'm doing at the moment, and it was makes it so exciting because I can go on that public platform and this oak can tell me, hey, you don't look like Khoi, and then I says, well, you don't look European, bruh. You understand? Because if you go back to Europe, Europe don't want you South African. You see? So, and this is the thing, you know, that commonality, you know, that whole thing about you telling me I don't look like a Khoi. You actually label, you relabeling me. I'm labeling myself. Allow me to label myself. I'm a Khoi, even if I've got 10% Khoi blood. But I live the culture, so what does that make me? Am I living a lie then?
My dream would be inclusivity, where we acknowledge all the little beautiful bits of our history in South Africa. The black-white thing, we must cut it out. There is nothing like black, there's nothing like white. There is humanity, a soul, and a purpose.
My dream is that we retain the possibility to keep our sanity as a nation and as a continent by not being reckless with how we deal with the Bushman and Khoi cornerstone of who we are, our identity.
My dream is, I think, for this nation to be inwardly honest. Some honest introspection by individuals, by groups of people, by tribes, by nations, by races, by creeds, by everyone, by the politicians. And with that honesty and inward looking, that introspection, maybe we can begin to be outwardly accommodating and forge some form of a national identity.
Look, my dream is that all of their dreams become true, you know, because pretty much they covered everything. I think the honesty, the common denominator, and the usage of the terminology humanity. I think the Bushmen, for me, clearly they represent that common ancestry that we all are part of.
My dream is basically that the head cornerstone be restored, because with the head cornerstone it's built on integrity and honesty, and with that, you know, people will, all these illusions will disappear, you know, all these scams and these schisms will also disappear, and we would be able to embrace one another and, you know, see the commonality in who we are. So, bless it.
You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.